Welcome back to Program Logic and Design. In this chapter, we're going to be discussing structure, our programming structure of our code. First things first is let's discuss the disadvantages of unstructured spaghetti code. Now, when you think of spaghetti, you're probably thinking of our lovely spaghetti that we eat. That is correct. All right. We need to make sure that we have a structured program, a program that doesn't have spaghetti strings all tangled up, etc. So when I talk about spaghetti code, I'm talking about logically snarled or twisted program statements. They're often a complicated mess, and the programs often work but are not difficult to read and maintain. Only problem is that they can get quite confusing and they are prone to error. So to give you an example is we get some unstructured programs. They do not follow the rules of structured logic, and structured programs follow the rules of structured logic. Now, a majority of you now being first year students will probably have unstructured programs that you need to structure to apply rules to, and that is why you're doing this course. So let's go through an example. Here's spaghetti code logic for washing a dog. We all know how to wash a dog, and you all go, yes, we've got to catch the dog. If the dog runs away, then we go back to catching the dog again. You'll see that this is all looks sort of correct, but it is unstructured spaghetti code. It's all good if you know how to wash a dog and in that line of work, but to someone who is not an animal person, this program will never work. Flow lines should never ever cross. This is pretty difficult to work, and it's also difficult to maintain and read. The logic is pretty hard to follow because you don't know whether at this particular point here, you don't know if you're going to go up to shampooing the dog or if you're going to go back down to rinsing the dog. These sort of programs never last in production. They get scrapped or abandoned. I'm sure you can see why. Because you cannot update. It's too messy, no logic. It costs money to update as it's actually wasting our time. And it's a complicated mess, just like your bowl of spaghetti. Now, programs often work but are difficult to read and maintain, and therefore, as I said, they are confusing and prone to error. So let's get to the next video where we will be discussing some of the ways which we can actually structure our program, and that is to understand the 3 basics structure.